painter and the other one being styles. It's always been my belief that whatever it is you're working on, you should always make it and then make it pretty. Now, I realize that we're working with templates here in this particular program, and a lot of the stuff comes in looking good already. However, if you want to change the font and the sizes and the colors and that kind of thing manually, I would recommend that you wait until you're done, because you've got tools such as Styles and Format Painter that allow you to do that very quickly. Let me explain first the Format Painter. The Format Painter is right here, and it exists in pretty much all of Microsoft's applications. Here's how it works. You find an area of text that you like, and you take a sample of that. Okay, here I selected all of the words. I didn't really mean to, but because this is dummy data, it wants you to select everything and replace everything at the same time. So you take, all you need is a letter, and then you go to the Format Painter. Now, if I click once, I'm able to paint one thing. So I'm going to click once here, and now whatever I select will take on all of the formatting. All right, so the font, the size, it even took on the alignments. Now this is centered as opposed to being left aligned as it was before. So again, you take a paint sample, you go to the paint store, and then you paint. Now, if I double click on the Format Painter, it allows me to keep painting. So now it's still on. So I can now go to page 2 and 3, and I can find other things that I wish to paint, and it changes those as well. And I can just keep painting and painting and painting until I come back up here and turn it off. So that is your Format Painter, and that's how it works. I'm going to go back to page 1, and I'm going to talk about styles now. There are a great deal of predetermined styles. Not as many as you'd find in Word, of course, okay, but still quite a few. And all you need to do is select the text that you wish to affect, and it will take on that style. So here, I can scroll down and say, well, I might like this instead. And by clicking on it, I've now applied that style to that text. What I really like about styles is if you inherit a mess of a document where the fonts are all over the place and you just don't like them at all, you can select as much text as you want and just say clear the formatting. Just get rid of all this nonsense and let me start from scratch. And sometimes that's the best way to start, is from scratch with no formatting at all. Actually, that's the way I teach word processing, and even in this application. Make it and then make it pretty. Now, having said that, you may have a style that you want all of your documents to have, a font size and an alignment and even the spacing between the words. Everything that you can do in format, you can have saved as a style, and then whenever a person's working in an area of a document, they can say, I want all of this to be that style. So here's an example. I can select all this text here, and I can say, all right, I want to use the same font that we use in Word. So that would be this Calibri here, and we use 11. That's the default settings. Let's say that we want, we've decided that this is what we're going to be using. This is what we want. Now I'm going to change my spacing as well. I'm going to say that I want in between lines, I just want 1, right? So I can be able to change this so that it's just 1, and that I don't want all this extra spacing afterwards. I want it back. Now this was stubborn and changed again, and now I can hit OK. So now I've changed my line spacing here dramatically. I've changed my font. I'd be able to change a lot more things, but I don't want this lesson to be too long. I believe you get the gist here. So now that I've done this to this area of text, I can now come here to New Style. And because I've selected that text, it's caught the fact that I want it to be normal. I want Calibri, 10 point, and I want the line spacing to be 1. Right? So it has all of that. Now I can even give it a name. Right? I can give it any name that I want. So here I can say this is the company's style. This is what we're using. And here are some more things that you can change: bullets and numbering, paragraph spacing. I mean, you can spend an awful lot of time, and you can build a lot of styles. But I'm going to hit OK here, and now added to this list is companies. So now all I have to do is select the area of text that I want to have affected, click on companies, and bingo, that's been applied to that entire area quickly and easily. It's a very powerful feature, and again, it helps uh, add consistency to the documents that are going to be leaving your company. And the bigger your company, the more important this is going to be. Now, in Microsoft Word, you're able to save your styles in such a way that you can use them in any document, and they'll show up on your list. I've opened up a brand new blank document here, and I've gotten this really terribly small list of styles. I have normal, and I have the ability to clear formatting. I've got nothing else. What they've done here instead, they've given you the ability to import styles from another document. So if I want access to the new style that I just created and to all the other styles that were available in that document, I actually have to go to Import Styles, find that document, hit OK. It's giving me this little message here. I'm going to hit OK. And now all of the styles that were available to me in that document, including the new one that I created called Companies, those are now available. I'm not sure why it had to be this way. It certainly isn't the perfect scenario. However, you may want to save a document with the styles that you really like as you might even want to name that document style so that you can easily access it, and when you open or start a new document such as a newsletter, etc., import the styles into this document, save it, and now you have them available to you throughout this document. Bit of a quirk in my humble opinion, but as long as there's a way around it, I'm happy.